Hello friends, welcome back to another video tutorial of Vray 6 for Revit 2025, and in this class we'll understand about user interface of Vray for Revit 2025. So if you'll go to your ribbon panel here, and if you'll see this icon, this is for your Vray. So if you'll click here, you can see there are some categories of Vray settings here. So we'll understand each one in brief, so before moving to detailed workshop. So first one, if you'll see here, this is view tab, and if you'll see here, this is current view 3D. So this is my 3D view, and whatever 3D view which you will be using here, this will reflect here. So if you'll click here, you can see 3D and 3D v1. So I'm using both views here. So if you'll create any other views, that also will reflect here. So suppose I'm going to my 3D view camera, and I'm going to create another view here. So this is my view here, and if you'll come here, you can see this is 3D view 2, and you can rename also. So if you'll go to Vray here, and if you select here, this is 3D view 2. So this is just to give easier view to 3D, so you can view that from here also. So next is render production. So this is the render category, and you can see here, this is the render production which we'll be using. Most often you will use render production, and in this there are some more settings here, render production. So if you bring your mouse here, you can see the definition. It starts a Vray production render, so you will be using this. And next is render interactive. So this is starts a Vray interactive render. The render image will update on certain Vray or Revit setting changes. So whatever you will be using, that will reflect on some of your Revit settings. And this one is start Vray vision. So opens the Vray vision window and starts a live session. And this one is render in cloud. So like in Revit cloud rendering, you can use this also. So exports the scene to be rendered in cloud, so you can get cloud rendering also. And this is connect to Vantage, so exports the scene to render in Vantage. So this is a brief introduction about render production. And if you click here, this is a show or hide frame buffer. So like Vray for any other software, you can show or hide frame buffer here, and you can see can use any other image also. So you can see here, this is, I'm going to select this image, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to first select 3D view 2, and now I'm going to hit render, and you can see this angle is getting rendered, and this is very low quality, so render is complete here. So this is just a glimpse of how we'll be working in Vray. So you can see this quality is low, so that's why this frame buffer image is in low in quality. So you can see there is pixels in our image because this is of low quality. So before finalizing your render, if you are working for clients or design development, you will be using quality low to save your time. So you can show or hide your frame buffer, and in this you can see there is a drop down arrow. So you can export your Vray scene, and you can export the whole scene including geometry, material, lights, and setting as .vr scene file, and you can import in any other application. And this is collaboration. So opens the collaboration panel where you can upload your renders and gather feedback from your co-workers and stakeholders. So this is the about this render section. And quality, so next is quality. So you can use low quality if you are in design development phase, and if you are going to finalize your scene or design, you can use medium plus, and when you are about to final render, you can use high plus or a high render. Like any other software, it will take more time. And this one is resolution settings, so you can use the different aspects ratio like 16:9, like widescreen and square or any other portrait form. And this is the dimensions pixels, you can set your pixels, or if you are using for printing, you can use dot per index. Here you can use a higher value for better rendering experience, like 600 dpi, 300 dpi. And if you are using for render practice, you can use low quality here, 96/150. so this is quality and resolution. And now this is artificial lights, so turn on off all artificial lights from Revit. To turn on off only specific lights, use Revit artificial lights dialogs. So you can whatever artificial lights you can you are using from Revit, this will you can turn it off or on. So this all is on now. If you click once more, this is off. So we'll understand about this. And this is Vray Sun. So in Vray Sun, you can use like any other software. There is a Vray Sun. Use Vray Sun and Sky system as environmental lighting, and the sun position settings are taken from Revit. So whatever position of sun, this will be reflect here. So this is dome light, and if you don't want any light, you can turn off your environment light. So and you can see a drop down arrow for lighting here. So this is light gen. So light gen is opens the light generator window, which automatically generates various lighting scenarios to choose from. And you can also pin your lightings. And this is Vray Sun. So this is the lighting section. And next important is assets. So this is the most important, like material. So this is asset editor, opens the Vray asset editor window, allows to create, edit or save and manage all Vray assets within the project. So if you click this, this will open your asset editor. And this is appearance manager here. So opens the Vray appearance manager window, provides control over the appearance of Revit materials and family items when rendered with Vray. So this is appearance manager. You can see here this, if you click here, this is the appearance of Vray materials. And you can see families, global overrides, contours. So we will understand each one. And this is Chaos Cosmos, opens Chaos Cosmos browser. So can click this and you will see Chaos Cosmos browser. So you can see Vray material library, seamless integration. And next is the decal. Like in Revit, you can place decal on level or on face. And this is the camera settings. So exposure value is 14.0, and you can also pick focus point. So it determines the focus distance based on a point picked within the Revit view. And this is the exposure value, opens the Vray camera window. So if you click this, it will open Vray camera. So we'll understand about this also. And this is this settings. So you can select on settings, and you can see there is a render. So engine is CPU, or you can use RTX also. Sample is by default progressive. You can use buckets also. And post effects rate is 0. And you can also see some global illumination settings here, and interactive settings, optimizations, geometry, and auto save. And this one is channels. So we'll understand each one in the upcoming sessions. And this one is environment, and so aerial perspective, environmental fog. This is path and sharing, and this is Vray Swarm. So by using Vray Swarm, you can render on multiple machines, and you have to download an application. So this is the licensing. So this is about the settings, and this is for help, online help. You can enable or disable Vray, and you can give any feedback and license servers, and you can also click on this for any online help. So this is the basic introduction about Vray interface. So this was the today's session. In the next session we'll understand more about Vray 6 for Revit 2025. So please like, share and subscribe my channel. Bye bye.